Okay, so I'd like to talk about the Pledge of Allegiance because we say it every single day, and our kids usually don't know what it means. So, I like to use sign language to kind of explain it to them. When we switch from one language into the other, usually we have to simplify our own language so that we really get to the core of what it means. So when I teach the Pledge of Allegiance, I try to get to the core of what the words mean, and I usually just kind of for kicks ask kids what they think it means because their answers are really hilarious. I mean, you have to have noticed in the morning when our little 5th grade crocs get on TV and say, "I pledge of allegiance to the flag." They don't know what they're saying. So let's talk about what we are saying. Okay, so we all get I. That's easy. All right, I pledge. So when I ask children what pledge means, I get 2 answers. One, duster. You know that stuff you spray and then you wipe and it's yellow and it smells like lemons? Yeah, I duster. I duster allegiance to the flag. Okay, so that's one answer I get. And the other answer is you give something. Like on UNC TV when they're accepting pledges or NPR. Most of our programs are sponsored by listener support. Yes, that is... okay. Well, we're not giving money to the flag, so it doesn't really work. Although we are supporting, so we'll get there. All right, so in this case, a pledge is a promise, right? So we make that real clear to kids, and then we teach them the sign. The sign is actually even simpler than the word promise. The sign for promise is say and seal, which makes complete sense, right? So say, seal, promise, I pledge. And then when we talk about allegiance, we're really just saying we support our country. So, or that we support the flag of our country, and thereby we support the country. So, it's I pledge allegiance. This is a sign for support. Just basically because this fist brings this fist up. We promise to lift the flag up, or exalt it, or whatever. So I pledge allegiance to the flag. I mean, this is just a complicated sign. I don't know that anybody's gonna get this, but this just means flag. Okay. Of the United, and there are a lot of ways to sign this, but the way that I learned it is U.S. America. And the reason why America is signed that way is because we're a melting pot. So lots of different cultures, different people come together, and then they're just, you can't separate them. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And this is a really weird sign. I don't know the background for it, but it just means country, to the republic. And then when we say for which it stands, a lot of hearing people make the assumption that the words are going to be basically the same, and you would think somebody would say for which it stands. No, don't do that. I'm sorry, I signed it. No, we just mean the country that the flag exemplifies. When we see this flag, it represents America, so represents. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, represents. This is the sign for show, represent, example, all of those things. For which it stands. 1. This is the weirdest sign ever. You make an N, you make a circle over your hand, and then you land on it. Nation. Nation. Under. Why? I just don't understand why that's like that. Under. God. Indivisible. You can't break them apart. So, indivisible. with liberty and justice for all. Liberty is pretty self-explanatory. You're in chains. We have L's because liberty starts with an L. It's a little bit of a throwback to signed exact English, which don't want to encourage, but liberty and justice, I feel like the balances. So just think of yourself as like you're holding that thing, you know, like, you know what I'm talking about. Judges have them, the scales of justice for all, and this is just kind of a sweeping motion. And there are a whole lot of easier ways to sign all. I like that one. It's pretty. If you want to be lazy, you can do this, but I wouldn't suggest it. I like this one because it kind of is an all-encompassing kind of sign. This would be you all, and I don't know, it just kind of looks like you're gathering everybody up and putting them in your hand. It's also really, really difficult for kids to get. They'll do really weird stuff, like, I don't know how to do what they try to do, but they'll start off in very twisted ways that look pretty painful, actually. So, so that's how I sign it, but if you want to teach a little kid to sign it and you want to be really quick and fast about it, ALL, people will know what you meant.